But regardless of your situation, you have zero reasons to not start today in this very moment to increase the depth of love in your marriage. What I'm sharing here isn't just about increasing love, but again, the depth of your love. Sometimes we don't need more of something. We just need to spend more time on what we already have. And since you and your husband do love one another already, our goal is then to take that love even deeper. But how? It's with a principle that I've called fearless vulnerability. Let me give you the definition of that. Fearless vulnerability is creating opportunities to give and receive deep and meaningful love by practicing the art of raw honesty and emotional and physical vulnerability in a safe and respectful relationship despite deep-seated fears which would otherwise hold you back. Now, you'll hear me talking a lot about this because living this concept has changed my entire life. It's changed not just how I am in my marriage or other relationships, but how I am with my own self when I'm completely alone, far from the eyes and ears of other people. It's even changed my entire connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we're missing love in our lives or a level of love, we're often standing in our own way. And I know that this was true for me. Love can't flow and etch more deeply into my soul when I'm afraid of such a soulful kind of love. It would mean, for example, that I resist my husband's loving actions, or I hold back from expressing my deepest emotions or my deepest desires out of fear of rejection. It might mean living as a shell of myself out of fear that the real me isn't good enough to be loved for who I am deep down. We each have our versions of how we hold back and hold in. So for your love to run deeper, you'll need to begin practicing fearless vulnerability. Vulnerability is the child of truth and honesty. To be vulnerable is to be exposed when the truth is revealed or uncovered. Our fear often is that it also means that we're in a position that could be weak or allow us to get hurt. And you know, your fear could be right. You could get hurt, but it doesn't make you weak. If you're a mother, then you're already aware of the feeling that your child is a piece of your heart walking around on the earth. Because of the greatness of your love, so too is the potential to be hurt if something ever happened to your child or they rejected you somewhere in their life. But no mother would trade in the love that she has for her child to avoid the possibility of that pain, because the gifts are simply much greater than the fear. And the same can also be true with your husband. In a loving marriage, vulnerability is there to let your husband see directly into your heart, to what you're truly thinking and feeling beneath the surface level conversation that so many couples fall into.